Hi, this is Jane at the Tahlequah Public Library, and I'm back with quick looks for another autumn recommendation. The book that we're recommending this time is The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield, and it came out a few years back, but it's a very good story if you've never read it. This book popped up when I was browsing through to find good books that recommended for fall reading. It popped up on a lot of lists of autumn recommendations because it's one of those books that's great for like kind of cool, overcast days. You know, the leaves are turning colors, and it's just a great book to sit in the house and look outside and know that you're in, it's nice and warm, it's cold out there, and you get to sit and read a book all day. It's just one of those kind of books. It's part mystery, it's part gothic, like suspense. It's just a really good story. The two main characters in the story are Vida Winter and Margaret Lee. And Vida Winter is a famous and kind of mysterious writer who's known for repeatedly changing the story of her life. So people would come to interview her, or writers would come and they want to write the story of her life, and she tells all these different versions of her life, and so nobody really knows about her very much. So she's very mysterious. But then one day she decides to tell the true story of her life to a young woman whose father owns a rare bookshop, and she works at the bookshop with her father, and she's an avid reader. And so Vida sends this young woman, Margaret, a handwritten letter asking her to come, and she wants to tell her the story of her life, and maybe Margaret could write the story of Vida's life. So the second main character, and this book is also full of lots of different characters, and they're all good. Margaret Lee is the young woman. She decides that she's going to go up to see Vida. When she first gets there, she's thinking, I'm not going to do it, but I want to give her the courtesy of coming up there. And then once she gets there, of course, she decides that she's going to listen to Vida's story. Margaret has some issues of her own. She's learned, her parents never told her, but she discovers on her own that the reason that she has a scar is because she's actually had a twin, and her twin did not survive. So I think they were conjoined twins, and her twin did not survive, and her parents never told her. So she's got issues that she's dealing with too. So Margaret goes to visit Vida, and she's really interested in one collection of stories that Vida wrote called The 13 Tales, but this book only has 12 tales. And then later on they changed the title of the book so that the original, The 13th Tale, is a rare book that Margaret's father actually has in his bookshop. And so people wonder, well, what was the 13th tale? What's the mystery on that? Why was that never included in that book? And so that's one of the mysteries in this story too. So the story goes back and forth between the past and the present. Most of it is set in this old mansion in Yorkshire where Vida lives in seclusion, and that's where Margaret goes to hear the story and hear all her supposed true story of her life. So the 13th tale has a lot going on in it. It's a creepy mansion. There's lots of interesting kind of quirky characters. There's a good ghost story. There's a lot of suspense. There's mystery, and it really pulls you in, and you just keep reading and reading and reading. The first time I read it, it's one of those books that you read multiple times. The first time I read it, I think I finished the whole book in 2 days. It is available as a book through the library, but I recently listened to it as an audiobook, and there were multiple narrators. They're very good narrators. I really like the audiobook, and I just think this is a great book, and I hope that you will read The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. Thanks.